Well, the housing market is recovering, but it's still a buyer's market, right? So what does that mean for closing costs? What are they? How much are they? Who should pay them? Steve Currington with Currington Mortgage is here to help us out. Did you just try to text and win?
I did try to win the jewelry. I'm trying to be 23rd.
Are you 18?
I am
Or
18,
older? Okay.
and I haven't won in the last 30 days.
Okay,
and I'm not an
okay.
employee, so I figured I was eligible.
You're almost an employee. I love when Steve's here because he makes it simple to find out everything that you need to know about buying a house. And we hear about closing costs. I remember going in when I first bought, and closing costs is just a phrase. I didn't understand it. All of a sudden, points or this, and you've got these added things. Okay, what are closing costs?
Well, simply, they're the cost it's going to take you to get into your house. What a lot of people mistake, they say, well, that lender was charging me a lot of closing costs, or this was charging me a lot of closing costs. And while that can be the case, there's lots of stuff that you're paying for, like your insurance. You pay a year of insurance at closing, and if your insurance is $1,800 a year,
You pay a year at closing?
You pay a year in advance when you purchase a house because the insurance is paid in advance.
Okay.
You're setting up an escrow account. You got to have a couple months of reserves for your escrow account to do that, and that can cost, depending on your insurance and taxes, anywhere from $500 to $800 or $900, depending on the house and the size.
And the escrow, is that a percentage of the insurance? Is that how that works?
Well, when you close, you pay that year of insurance up front, and then we typically put about a 2 to 3 month cushion in your escrow account to pay your insurance and taxes when they become due.
I see.
And
Okay.
And to start that escrow account can be some costs anywhere from $500 to $1,000, depending on what those are.
You've got the escrow possibility. What else is in there?
Appraisals, lender underwriting fees, title. Oklahoma is a very high cost title state. We've got abstracting.
Right.
We've got. I mean, you're looking at anywhere from $12 to $1,600 or $1,800 just for the title side of it.
I remember the abstract thing. I was like, I'd never even heard of this.
It's attorneys.
Exactly. Right.
Attorneys have to get paid, and really it's to protect you because you're buying a house. They're going to make sure there's not any liens that are still on the property. The only lien is going to be the new mortgage that you're getting on it. And that way you don't wake up on a sunny day and in September and find out that there's a second mortgage that never got released that's $50,000 that's on your house. So there's some of that stuff that's there to protect you, but they add up quick.
Yeah, they do.
You say $1,500 for insurance and $500 for your escrow, and then title at another $1,800. You're almost at $4,000 before you even pay for appraisal or an underwriting fee or any of that stuff.
So is all this due at the closing? Is that all that is due right then?
Exactly. So your lender will give you what they call a good faith estimate, which will estimate some of those fees, and we have to be pretty accurate on what that stuff is.
In good faith.
In good faith. And when you get to closing, you'll have a final number. They call it a settlement statement or a HUD-1 that'll have all that stuff.
Okay.
So
now, let me ask you this. Can the seller pay any of those closing costs for me? If I'm like, whoa, I can't afford $7,000 at closing, can the seller pay some of that?
Sure. Depending on the program and depending on the down payment will determine what they can pay, but it's very common for the seller to pay closing costs. Oh. It's very common for the seller to pay all the closing costs. A lot of our 100% programs like USDA, we have people that they put $500 earnest money down when they make their offer, and when they get to closing, they get their earnest money back because the seller has paid all their closing costs and they don't have a down payment that's required, so they really don't have any investment into it. Wow. So if you have someone that's buying FHA and they're putting 3.5% down, they could literally only pay their down payment. The seller can pick up the difference. And different programs will allow the seller to pay more or less of closing costs. But yeah, it's absolutely, and you negotiate that when you're making your offer. I want to pay you X, but I want you to pay X of my closing costs.
Yeah, that's good to get it all ironed out. Thank you, sir. It's always good. Good luck on the jewelry.
Yes, I hope I win.
Yeah, I hope you win too. You can reach Steve at Currington Mortgage Company. Give him a call at 918-394-5626 and email him if you'd like, Steve at curringtonmortgage.com, or you can log on to curringtonmortgage.com.